What is going on, everyone? The Draft Nerd here. If you're new to the channel, which of course you are, this is my first video. I talk about everything related to the NBA draft. So if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you end up liking this video for whatever reason, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. That's the best way you can support the channel right now. In today's video, if you cannot tell by the thumbnail or title, I would like to talk about Emoni Bates and if he's NBA ready. So basically, we're just going to talk about some things he's good at and some things he needs to improve on in this upcoming season in order to be NBA draft ready, because currently I don't think he's ready for the NBA, but hopefully that can change, because obviously you want to see people, get better and things like that. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So for the things he is good at, I think he is let's talk about defense. I think he's a good defender, not a very good defender. I think he does a good job of standing in front of the ball handler, which for the type of player I kind of project him to be in the NBA based on what we got last year, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. As long as he's not going to be the guy to suffocate the ball handler or make you make turnovers or have bad passes, but you're not going to get past him and you're not really going to bully him, at least from what I saw. He is more of a 2 than a forward. There's nothing about Emoni Bates that makes me think he could be a forward right now with his body. So I don't foresee him being matched up, at least on defense, against guys who are just bigger and can back him down and things like that. Because if so, that's going to be a problem, and that's kind of we can talk about that later. But when you talk about maybe not the guys who move quickly off ball, because he does have some off ball awareness he needs to work on. When you talk about guys who are just trying to dribble and get past him, kind of the slasher types, the guys who like to live in the paint offensively, he does a really good job of keeping those people in front of him and not allowing them to score on him. And he's pretty good at closing out. So I think his face-up defense is actually pretty good. Also, let's talk about his shooting. I think Emoni Bates is a pretty good shooter. I know last year he shot 33% from the three-point line and I think like 40% altogether from the field. But I honestly don't think that's an issue in college basketball. There's times where the shooting splits are just off. Some people shoot way better and perform worse in the NBA and vice versa. So I think this is going to be one of the cases. If he does worse, I'll be concerned. But if he shoots around the same clip, I'm not too concerned. I think Emoni Bates can be a good shooter. His problem is just his shot selection, which we can go ahead and get into. So his negatives are his shot selection. Like I said, he takes bad shots, whether he's driving or whether he is actually just coming off an off-ball screen or anything like that. He doesn't take the world's best shots, and I don't know if that attributes to him being so young or attributes to him just wanting to get the ball up because of the way the Memphis offense was ran. I have no idea, but he just doesn't take good shots. You hope with the older he gets, the better that becomes, but we'll see. As of right now, based on what we got last year, his shot selection is just not that good. Also, his off-ball awareness on defense is not good as either. Basically, people are just able to fly by him. The slightest cut, they lose him. And I don't know if that's because he's ball watching. I don't know if it's because of the zone, things like that. Because it can be tough to play the corner in the zone, because that's kind of the position he plays on defense with Memphis. But the slightest cut, and he's lost him because he's not that athletic. Which, next, we're talking about his body. Emoni Bates' body is just... It needs some work, and either he needs to learn how to use his body or develop his body, and really it's a mixture of both. I think if he just learns how to use his body, if he's not going to put on extra weight and things like that and just get a little bit stronger, then he needs to learn how to use his body and just position himself to guard certain type of players on defense, and then on offense he needs to kind of get a sense of finesse, because he lacks that with his offensive game. That's why I think he's more of right now a catch and shoot / spot up guy when it comes to his shots. I don't think he will really make a living off driving to the basket or anything like that because of the way his body's so weak, and he doesn't necessarily have the finesse or the touch to just kind of get around guys, despite because he doesn't have that much speed and he's not that quick or strong. So I really feel like he just needs to learn how his body operates and then kind of go from there. Now, lastly about his body, we're still talking about it here, is that he just slightest contact loses the ball, slightest contact throws him off. He needs to learn how to, that's where the strength will come in. Like I said, he either needs to learn how to use it or develop it. So that's where development will come along, is because that he does struggle against just any type of contact on the offensive side. He loses the ball very easily, so he definitely needs to work on that. I feel like ball handling will help that, but at the end of the day, it's a lot has to do with strength and things like that. So if he can work on these things, I think he can be a better player. Right now, I have projected him early second, late first, kind of like how people say Patrick Baldwin Jr., which I think is a good comparison in terms of at work. Like, he still can go first round. It would just be late first round, but he can still go first round. That does it for this video. Thank you for watching. This is the Draft Nerd. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to talk to everybody in the comment section. I don't care if you disagree with me. Yeah, if you disagree with me, let me know. Like, that's the whole point, is to create a platform where we can talk college basketball, because a lot of my favorite creators and things like that don't watch college basketball, and I don't blame them. I grew up on college basketball. If I was from a different state, if I was from a state where college football ran the state, if I was from Alabama, I wouldn't care about college basketball, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I just grew up loving college basketball. My family loved college basketball, so it is what it is. So, yeah, just let's go ahead and talk in the comment section below, but don't forget to subscribe, because that really helps the channel. And don't forget to like the video, because that really helps the channel. So, anyway, that does it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.